All right, welcome back. We've gotten to that point where all we do is talk about the 2018 FIFA World Cup. And of course, the focus tonight will be on the participating team. And as well, to let you know, it's 6 days to the 2018 FIFA World Cup. 6 days to the first game of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Let's see how it goes. We keep monitoring. It's upon us. It's here. So that's it. 6 days to go. Keep the days keep rolling by very fast. All right, let me introduce my partner now. He joins me. He's going to be here till the end of the program tonight. Alfred Okoligwe, it's nice to have you join us tonight.
It's a pleasure. It's a beautiful night. It's a Friday, and we look forward to a pleasant weekend, of football, especially the Nigerian Premier League. It takes a break after the round of games that will be played this weekend. And, of course, countdown to the World Cup. While some have already mentally prepared for the World Cup, injuries to some players, and they might just be missing the World Cup.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. And forgive us if all we do is talk about the World Cup. You can understand why. It's the biggest sporting event on the globe. All right. Arguably, some may try in the Olympics, but I still believe the World Cup is the biggest. Alfred, let's quickly talk about an African team. The first African team to arrive at the World Cup is Tunisia. Somebody jokingly said probably might be among the first to leave, but that's an issue for another day. But they're there, and it shows they're ready.
You know what things like this does to you is that the moment you board the plane, you disembark, it just tells you that, hey, it is no longer the usual training regimen that you pass through. This is the big business. Nobody is talking of the World Cup not being played in Russia or maybe politics.
Oh, no, we are way beyond that.
The moment you get there, everything you see, the look and feel of whatever happens around you, it's all about the World Cup. And, of course, the business of what we wanted to do is to
These guys will take on Spain in a friendly tomorrow. They're already in Krasnodar, Russia, and they're trying to see how well they'll fare at the World Cup, and we'll see. I think tomorrow will be a good test, especially in that friendly against a superpower like Spain.
Football in Tunisia is on the high. They've qualified and qualified very well for the World Cup. They've earned the right to be in the World Cup, and testing their might against the Spanish Armada. We'll see how it goes for them. You know that one thing about the World Cup is the friendlies. You might say it does not count for anything. I mean, the result at the end of the day. But hey, you get to see how you react or how the players an idea of how the players will perform in certain circumstances. For the Nigerian team, we've rounded off our friendly games, now preparations, and the way it's going, we hope that at the end of the day, everybody give a good account of themselves, especially for the African teams. There are 5 teams from the continent going to the World Cup. Of course, you know that the Algerians take the lion's share in terms of, not Africans, in terms of, except for Senegal, they have 3 sports, except for Senegal and Nigeria from West Africa. So it is, and a lot of times when it comes to overall result at the end of the day, the Moroccans made it to the second round. First African team to make it to the second round. That was far back in 1986. And it's been a while. The first West African team, first team to make it to quarterfinals, Cameroon, they are not in this competition. Senegal in 2002, they are in this. So it just tells you that perhaps maybe the record at the end of the day favors teams that are not from the northern part of the continent. And that means looking at Nigeria and Senegal, whether the North Africans have been able to perfect their game this time around, raise it to be able to compete against other teams elsewhere. We'll wait to see.
Okay. We'll talk about Senegal much later. They played a friendly today. Well, before we talk about Nigeria tonight, let's talk about one of our opponents. Well, I don't know how you see it, but it's news, and we're going to say it. Manuel Lanzini, one of the stars that was supposed to be on parade for the Argentines, is injured. Got that injury in a training session with his colleagues, and of course, is ruled out of the World Cup. That's a big casualty. Their main goalkeeper, Romero, also not going to be at the World Cup. But as a Nigerian, I don't know how you receive such. But for us here, we do our job. But I still feel it's still a very strong Argentine squad. But I feel Lanzini too. This injury will deprive them of one or two options.
Is it a number one striker? We don't know yet. Is it the man that do the business for them? The same thing where you have the likes of the one that plays for Aguero. You have Higuain.
But he's not. He doesn't play the roles. I mean, because look, a lot of people have talked about Messi not having support. This is one of the guys that you will expect to, some trickery here and there.
The point I want to make is that Argentine team is built around Lionel Messi. He's the star man of the show. In fact, he's the conductor of the orchestra.
The coach didn't hide it. He said, we want to get the best from Messi. That's
he's
what
the
we
conductor
want to
of the orchestra. I know why. Messi's legendary status will be cemented if he wins the World Cup. He's played in the final.
There will be no argument anymore.
There will be no argument or whatsoever. Was it this good or was it that bad? I mean, when you put him side by side the likes of Diego Armando Maradona, Pelé, he falls short. The only reason being that he's not won the World Cup. So this is like for Argentina. This is Messi's World Cup to win. He is the conductor of the orchestra. He is the main man. He is the man at the center. Every other person will have to play a role for Messi to get the result, which is winning the World Cup.
So it's not big of a miss.
It's not, for me, I don't think he's the main guy. I mean, you can imagine what the story would be if it was if it was Lionel Messi or maybe an Higuain or an Aguero. I mean,
I can imagine even in training they don't go hard on him. Even in training they probably don't tackle him as much. So that the young man doesn't get injured.
So I mean, all of the reaction, like, okay, Lanzini, okay, let's somebody, because he's not the center of attraction. So if
still a miss anyway.
Still a miss anyway. Because
not playing it down.
And what happens is that when you miss a player at this time of an injury, it upsets the balance of how the team really pans out. Because whatever it is that our formations they've been working on, these guys are part of what is being worked on.
All right. Okay, so that's it. We'll leave it at that. All right, let's quickly talk about the FIFA president. Let's talk about him. We know that the video assistant referee is going to be used at the World Cup. We know about it. We're not sure how it's going to work out. There's a lot of controversies about the VAR. But Gianni Infantino has assured football lovers that, look, we want to give referees all the help that they need. VAR is here to stay, and we're going to use it at the World Cup. It says it's going to help referees make the right decision. So let's listen to the FIFA president, what he has to say about the VAR. We'll come back for more sports tonight.
It will be a great help to the referee, and we have to help the referee if we can. In 2018, it's not anymore conceivable that everyone, be it at home or in the stadium, knows within seconds whether the referee has committed a mistake, a big mistake, and this can happen because they are human beings. And the only one who doesn't know is the referee. This will bring, I think, more justice in the game, will help the referee, and the referee will, in any case, take always the final decision.
No doubt the VAR will help. How it's going to be deployed, it's what we'll wait to see. But I think I saw one of the friendlies recently. I think Portugal was involved, where a goal that was not a goal scored. The players were rejoicing, and immediately the ref was told, and he cancelled the goal. I think if it's not the players calling or the coach entering into the field and demanding that the referee calls for the I mean, all of those issues need to be sorted.
I mean, it's a new technology, though it's been around not for too long. These are the teething problems of introducing new technology to the game. My only worry for things like this is when it's Rangers playing Heartland of Owerri, will that technology be deployed? I mean, if you cause to question guys who are not used to it, going to a competition like this, being introduced to what other climbs, it is normal practice for them.
And another thing people have asked that I want to ask as well, if Gianni Infantino is here, can a ref overrule the VAR? There are some situations where the players see something the ref didn't, and they're saying, please look at, and he says, no, I don't need it. But you're watching at home, you knew something wrong happened, and the ref, so can a ref Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get that answer to that.
I think at the end of the day, the decision, falls. The referee takes the decision. That's
His
why
decision is still final.
He's still final, because that's why at the end of the day, some of the games that we see where this thing is used, the referee comes out just by the touchline, looks at it. Ultimately, he makes the decision. His attention might be called to it. Okay, he will review it, look at it, and of course, does the sign of, we saw this, it's either a goal or it's not a goal. Ultimately,
for crucial decisions.
Yes, for crucial decisions. So ultimately, the referee calls the shots.
All right. Okay, let's talk about jerseys on the show tonight. Well, we've said a lot about Nigeria's jersey, how it was sold out, how we, blocked everywhere in London, held everything down. But the French just want us to know that the team that has the highest sales is not Nigeria, but Le Bleu. And, and I'm wondering why this is coming out. But they're saying, look, we've sold more jerseys than even Brazil. And I think the Football Federation president just felt it was important to put out that message in case you are doubting, in case you are wondering.
Put the record straight.
Put the record straight that the country that has the highest number of sales is France.
I mean, the kit sponsors themselves should be able to tell us how many jerseys they manufactured, how many were supplied, at the end of the day, how many they sold from their stores. So, I mean, things are concerned jersey are things of pride. Yeah, you wear them with so much passion.
That's why the football president coming out to say this jersey is popular.
But for me, how cool or how good your jersey looks will pay to its significance. It will pay to its significance if the game starts. That's why I'm worried. The flamboyance of our jersey, we have to see that flamboyant style on the field of play.
Even when we were beaten by England, one of the players said, he didn't even talk about the game. He said, I love their jersey. But, it's interesting, the French. Maybe we'll take a closer look at the jerseys and wonder why, it's special and all that. But just a little detail being put out there by the French that their jerseys sold out more than any other person. All right, let's quickly take a look at the results. Friendly warm-up matches played today. Friendly matches, teams preparing for the World Cup. Teams not going to the World Cup, but also trying to rebuild. So that's it. Uruguay 3-0 victory over Uzbekistan. Luis Suarez scored a penalty. Lithuania lost to Iran. Croatia defeated Senegal. Ivan Perisic got one of the goals. And 2-1 victory over Senegal. Switzerland 2-0 over Japan. And Germany were almost drawing that game. Created so many chances. And it's unfortunate. The guys from Saudi Arabia will feel hard done. Had last minute a goal, ruled off. They scored a penalty as well. But your quick reaction before we go on a break, these results.
I think this final dress rehearsals for guys going to the World Cup. For Germany, their first win in 6. Maybe, just maybe, not as prepared as they were in the Confederations Cup, or maybe prepared to defend this title, because at the end of the day, people look at your last result or how you build up to this competition. If they smell blood, hey, they will come for you. Yeah. And that's how big the World Cup is. And so we just, perhaps interesting for us will be Croatia. Croatia beat Senegal. Yeah. I'm sure that our team handlers would have looked at that team. Would have looked at that team.
I would expect that they saw the game.
Yes, of course. If you say on man-to-man, hey, they have players with bigger profiles than we have. Okay. But there's a difference between a team of stars and a star team. I'd rather we have a star team than a team of stars. Right. At the end of the day, functional team, get the results. That's what football. On the night, if you fancy your chances, you take them.
I agree with you. I can't agree any less with Alfred there. Hopefully our team will sort itself and get the job done. All right, let's take a time out. After that time, I will go on a break. And when we return, we'll come home, talk about football on the domestic scene. Join us again.